Alright, welcome back. So today we are on team number 14 of rebuilding all 30 NBA teams. Today we are on the Los Angeles Lakers. They got Bron, they got AD, and that's all I can think of right now. They just lost in the conference finals. They've won one chip with Bron. Hopefully we can get them a second one here. This first year is 100% built around Bron because he's like 40, might retire, might not. Usually I've been overriding his retirement when it lets me in these saves. Since I'm controlling the Lakers, whenever he retires is whenever he retires. But he's 38, 96 overall, one of the best players in the NBA still. Anthony Davis, 94 overall. And then, they have a lot of good role players, but, this team, 2K-wise, needs a lot of work. I actually really like what they did this offseason. They got Vando, who I still think Minnesota never should have traded. Whatever. They got Rui. They got D'Lo, who Minnesota should have traded, but I did like when he was on the Timbos. For the most part, brought back Austin Reeves, brought in Cam Reddish, got Jackson Hayes. Really good offseason. Got Gabe Vincent. Really good offseason for them when it comes to real life. Now, when it comes to 2K, these guys' overalls are low. The only guys worth keeping around is the starting five, and these three shouldn't be starting. The rest of this team probably needs to go. And this is pretty much like win in year one because Bron's gonna be gone, which sucks because this team's really young. Like this team is in a good spot where, like, if they don't win soon, you look at these guys' ages, and for the most part, they're gonna get better. They're gonna progress. This team should be good for a decent amount of time, in my opinion. But 2K wise, we're just gonna have to blow it up. I would love to keep these three around. We're just gonna get right into just tearing this team down, and a lot of these trades, it might seem like we're going to go backwards to go forwards, if that makes sense. I'm just simply going to look for the best overall players until I get to a point where I feel like the team's in a good enough spot. Like right here, Jackson Hayes, Michael Green, for Malik Monk. Give up a second. Not entirely worried about it. Malik Monk is a guy that we can go ahead and trade. I'm going to try and keep some of these guys around, like Rui, like Gabe Vincent, some of the more notable guys around, but we're just going to have to build up this team slowly but surely. Zach Collins at an 80 overall. I do like, we'll go ahead and do that because we do give up another second round pick. Charles Bassey is also a pretty solid piece. That right there, we have 2 extra 80 overalls to work with. Now you could say we just keep those guys around, which I'm not entirely against. Malik Monk might end up staying. Zach Collins, we don't need all those center minutes, especially with Charles Bassey. He's 22. Zach Collins, I might move with a guy like, I'm thinking Zach Collins, Alex Len, and this 2028 first should be able to get me some sort of low 80s guy. But it's not able to get me that. What if I get 2025 instead? Kenny Martin Jr. and Zubac for first and a second. Don't hate it. That makes the team so much better. And then Zubac, like I said, don't need center minutes. And we need to get some picks back, so I will just go Zubac. Hopefully we get a player and a pick back for him. Looks like we may have hit the end of the road when it comes to getting better players. Without a pick, though, I am willing to throw in this pick. But yeah, the direction I'm looking at is just continuing to make this team just a little bit better with trades like this. Just because this team needs to go all in. Again, 2K-wise, needs to go all in with 38-year-old LeBron. I think what they did this offseason is very good when it comes to how you actually play basketball. When you're talking about a video game and you're talking about overalls, and you're talking about things that, aren't 100% realistic, you need to do things that aren't 100% realistic. Christian Wood is a free agent. Like this right here, not realistic at all. But Christian Wood is a free agent. Would he be interested? It was close. Is there anybody else that's just a free agent that really shouldn't be? Kelly Oubre wants a lot of money, though. Again, this would never happen. But, like, it's worth looking into, right? Like, there's a lot of guys there that shouldn't be there. I'm pretty sure John Wall signed, so that might be on me, but I'm pretty sure some of those guys have signed. Could be completely wrong on that. But scooping up 2 first-round picks for John Wall. Don't mind if I do. We might bring in Melo just to end it off, bring him back. But I also want to look at TJ Warren because his value should be pretty solid. The game's not gonna let me sign him. Omer Yurt7, he has pretty solid value as well. Just another former Miami Heat. He's a little bit up there in age. I just hate that Gabe Vincent is such a low overall. I just hate it. I'm going to look to trade for a better backup point guard or better backup 4 with Zubac right now. Cole Anthony potentially could be the move. I don't know if they need a center though. They have more interest in him and value in him more. I just don't want to give up my picks necessarily. 2 first-round picks in Zubac for Cole Anthony to be my backup point guard. Don't hate it at all. So we have Cole Anthony, Malik Monk, Kenny Martin Jr., Omer Yurt7, and Rui Hachimura as my backup, as like my bench squad. I like that lineup. I really do. We can always make trades at the trade deadline. And then if I do have a roster spot, I'll go sign Melo real quick, but I don't think I have a spot. No. So the one thing I am going to do, Jalen Hood-Schifino's value is crazy. I have nowhere to play him right now. So I'm going to put him and Max Christie down in the G League. Like I said, nowhere to play them. Scottie Pippen Jr., I'll return to the G League. We'll get into simming. This team's awful. We'll make some trades, but I want to keep most of what they did this offseason intact. And, I mean, it's hit or miss to start. Vando goes down 2 to 4 weeks. Rui and Malik Monk are now starting. Austin Reeves coming off the bench. He's not playing the best. But we're 7 and 8. Pretty mid. I mean, that's pretty much the definition. We are the 7th seed, though. So that means it's a pretty packed West. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what we look at the trade deadline. I'm honestly not above trading Bron and AD at the trade deadline if we're awful, but we're rolling. So fingers crossed that I don't have to do that because I would love to get Bron another ring, get AD another ring on the Lakers. And I mean, I could see this being done in 1 year, honestly. All right, we got like 20-ish games left, and we have lost Vando for the season and lost Malik Monk for 2 to 4 weeks. And I mean, yikes. I mean, this would be where like Jalen Hood-Schifino could get some minutes. But he's down in the G League. I haven't looked at his G League stats. Hopefully he's tearing it up. Hopefully, if for some reason, knock on wood, that we end up, you know, oh my goodness. Well, we just lost Kenny Martin Jr. for the season as well. Now we just can't stay healthy, which could hurt us and force a year or two. But if that is the case, hopefully Jalen Hood-Schifino progressed and played well in the G League and can be like a 75, 76 and contribute a little bit. But we're going to be locked in as a 1 or 2 seed. Giannis wins MVP. Wemby wins Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons, 6th Man of the Year on the Nets. Okay. Giannis DPOY. Daniel Gafford, Most Improved Player. Joe Mazzulla of the Celtics winning Coach of the Year. And this one, let me click. So I'm going to assume that's us. 54 and 28. That might have been our record. Not sure why it's Mike Budenholzer. But, so we're either a 1 or 2 seed. Bron makes All-NBA 2nd team. Anthony Davis makes All-NBA 3rd team. And All-Defensive 1st team. LeBron's on All-Defensive 2nd team at 38. And then none of our rookies played because they're both in the G League. We were the 1 seed. We were 54 and 28. So great season, honestly. Much better than I thought it was going to go when I first started simming. But Bron putting up 22 a game. A little bit of a drop-off. It is what it is. Cole Anthony, sneaky good. Probably was in the running for 6th Man of the Year. That's like a career year coming off the bench. I mean, do you consider starting him over D'Lo at any point? It looks like he was just a better basketball player. Unless his splits are disgusting. Yeah, I mean, his splits, he shot the 3 a little bit worse. Much better free throw shooter, better field goal percentage. I don't know why. I mean, that's probably on me. I need to check the stats a little bit more often, see who's playing well. But I mean, that's 6th Man of the Year material right there. He played well. And then Austin Reeves was pretty disappointing, but I don't know what his tendencies look like. I mean, 39 shot tendency, that pretty much answers that. But yeah, I mean, 1 seed, great season. We're going to play the Kings in the first round. It doesn't look like they've made major moves to the starting lineup. Chris Duarte is new to the team, but we're able to take game 1 and game 2, and this will be 2-2, 3-2, and we win in 6. We're going to be playing the New Orleans Pelicans here. They got BI, they got Zion, they got CJ, and they got Jonas Valanciunas, and they got Dyson Daniels. Don't know why I went through that. Like, those are major changes. That's literally just their starting lineup. Up 2-0. They're up 2, or take game 3. Now we're up 3-1. Don't know why my brain just froze there for a second. We win in 6 once again. We're playing a 7 seed in Dallas, a play-in team. Okay, Luka's a 99, Kyrie's a 90. The rest of this team is 70s. We take game 1. We take game 2. We take game 3. We take game 4 in a clean sweep. Bron with the finals MVP in the Western Conference, 32 a game, 32. We'll give him 32, 9 and 9 with 1.5 steals a game. Shot the ball really well. We're gonna be playing the Lakers. Ooh, Lakers Celtics matchup. Okay, if I remember right, and that could be completely wrong, I think the Celtics are my first win. Their lineup looks amazing, but this team, we're on fire right now. I was going to say, no way we get swept. Back to a 2-2, 3-2. I'm going to simcast. We're in, what is their arena? I know it's Staples, but like, what is it now? We're in Crypto? Is that what it is? Crypto? Sounds right. We get a win in Crypto Arena by 40 to force a game 7 at TD Garden. Right? I feel like I'm tweaking. That's not right. But it looks like we're going to be going into a year 2. Ah, man. I thought that was a done in 1. Jason Tatum, what did he put up in game 7? 33, 10 and 10. Jaylen Brown really just gave the richest contract ever. Puts up 31, and they were able to pick up Christian Wood. That could have been the difference. Bron played well. Cole Anthony played well. AD played well. So now it's really our big thing is Bron going to retire here? And he doesn't. Okay. So I believe it is, honestly, we need to go sign Anthony Davis. Need to go sign Cole Anthony in Vando. This is a big offseason for us. It really is. I mean, you see how many guys are off contract. Now I do feel like I can mess with the roster a little bit more, just because, we did a run where we still kept their offseason moves how they were draft pick wise. Nothing till 2025. We have a couple draft picks though. Really off seasons, free agency is massive here. Need to go get AD. AD is a must to go get. The Bulls just picked up another stud point guard to back up Lonzo. We'll see if he takes his spot potentially. He was a pretty high overall. I don't know what Lonzo's overall is at the top of my head. AD declines, which I expected to happen, and then perfect. I mean, everybody is restricted. That makes life easy for me. But I can just focus on getting AD here. I'm willing to overpay just a hair to bring him back, and then I will give him a player option. And hopefully that does give us the number 1 deal. And yeah, I mean, gotta renounce some rights. Would prefer not to. If somebody's got to go, I mean, I am willing to give up Omer if somebody does have to go. But yeah, I mean, I just don't want to give up everybody's rights. That's the thing. I really do not want to give up everybody's rights. So this time I will go in. I'm going to find everybody who I have their bird rights to and give them contracts because I don't want to lose anybody. So the only guy we could end up losing here is Rui. But they didn't put a cap hold on. They don't want me to lose his cap hold. Rui's unrestricted too. He didn't have any offers. We were able to get everybody. So I will bring back Rui here. And then Kenyon Martin Jr. is a big get for us. And then Scottie Pippen Jr. also bring back. For me personally, it makes more sense for me to just go and get everybody and then make trades based on what I have and what I have to do. We still have money. Malik Monk, I didn't have his bird rights. Love to bring him back. Austin Reeves I need to go get still. I mean, it's just ridiculous what I need to do here. I don't even know where he is. Let me find him real quick. Okay, we were able to get everybody back. Now, this is where we need to think about what we need to do here. Looking at stats. I want to look at tendencies and look at stats while we do that. I think Cole Anthony is my third scorer. I like that. D'Lo might need to go. He has good value, but I kind of do want to start Cole Anthony. And I think I can get better at a different position with him being traded. Rui can stay. Scottie Pippen's not going to play. Maxwell Lewis probably won't play. Malik Monk's shot efficiency is low enough. So that's, that's fine. Austin Reeves' shot efficiency is so low. So really we have our guys that are going to score for us already in place. It's just kind of upgrading where we think we need to upgrade. And I think shooting guard might be the spot. Shooting guard power forward is definitely the spot. So we'll just trade D'Lo, and I'll throw in Charles Bassey just to kind of open up the roster just a little bit. There's really no shooting guards. It's all just point guards. No power forwards either. So what I'm going to do is try and come up with my own trade for like a solid-ish shooting guard. I'm thinking 84 could get me somebody solid. Anthony Simons is relatively easy to trade for. I'm looking Desmond Bane, who's on the Magic now. Monetarily makes sense. Charles Bassey also getting thrown into the deal, and then give me that first. Not enough. Is Omer enough? No. Now if I throw in the first, still not enough. Okay. I might be shooting a little too high here. Okay, so both first round picks. Gave up D'Lo and who else? I don't even know. I gave up D'Lo, Charles Bassey, who played like spot minutes. Omer played like spot minutes. Maxwell Lewis, who's a young guy, and then 2 first round picks for Desmond Bane. I think that's a pretty solid upgrade. That allows me to move on from Malik Monk. Make Austin Reeves kind of like our backup too, so he can play Malik Monk's role, which I like. And then I can also use Malik Monk to upgrade the power forward position. Then we do need to go get a backup center. Still have some point guards to mess around with. Can Austin Reeves run the 1 potentially? He actually is better at small forward, which means could I move Kenyon Martin to power forward? He is better at power forward. Yeah, I mean that makes it so Rui's kind of movable. Really now it's just point guard and center. I can go get a backup center here. Kevon Looney's always a safe pick for me. And then Tyus Jones is always just sitting here. Tyus Jones is going to go to the Jazz, so he's not always just sitting there. Mike Conley, he accepted another offer. Jalen Noel, he could potentially progress. We'll go get him here if he wants to sign, and he does. Perfect. Player progression, we knew Bron was going to regress. AD regressing is a little surprising to see. Cole Anthony gets better. Austin Reeves gets better. And then Jalen Hood-Schifino's up to 76. Max Christie's up to 76. Scottie Pippen Jr. is up to 71. So, we're just going to simulate here. If I have too many people, make some trades to get some picks. Then we'll get in the next regular season here. I mean, Cole Anthony, Desmond Bane, Bron, Vando, AD, with Austin Reeves, Malik Monk, Kenyon Martin Jr., Kevon Looney, and Jalen Noel. Off my bench, I do like just Austin Reeves, Malik Monk, Kenyon Martin Jr. They just seem so repetitive. I think one of them has to go, and I think it is Malik Monk. I also think Gabe Vincent is expendable at this point. Kevin Porter Jr. And I pick up a first. I'd like that trade the most. Yeah, I mean that makes Jalen Noel tradable as well. Jalen Hood-Schifino gets some minutes. Austin Reeves my backup 3. I don't hate that. Max Christie's kind of a little screwed on playing time right now. Kenyon Martin Jr., that's fine. And then, Kevon Looney, AD is a good little center rotation. But yeah, this lets me trade Jalen Noel. And then now that I have a pick, I can throw in a first-round pick. Bones could be fun. I do get Bones a decent amount. Bones could be a fun little player to get. We will go Bones. He's the best player available. And then I will throw him in with with this other first round pick. Now we're just kind of trading mid around. Walker Kessler, I always get him. He's an 85. It's hard to pass up on an 85. It really is. Just fit wise, I don't know if it's there. An 85 come on my bench. I might look to move Kevin Porter Jr. instead. Could get more value for him. Jonte Murray could be an interesting player to go get. Davion Mitchell, slightly better point guard. You know, much better defender. Yeah, I think that's the move. There he is. Davion Mitchell. He's not the best player available, but I think he's the best fit. Still, I mean, Bones can get moved to the 3, or not the 3, to the 2. No, he can't. Neither of them can. Bones can't actually play the 3. So Bones could be my 3. We just have a lot of talent now that I don't really know where I'm gonna play it all. Jalen Hood-Schifino just can't break the rotation right now. I'm gonna move Austin Reeves back to the 2. I mean, he loses 1 overall. It is what it is. But then when you look at our rotation here, they want to start Davion Mitchell. I don't hate Cole Anthony was amazing as our 6th man. Davion Mitchell, Desmond Bane, defense, shooting. Then we obviously just have LeBron, Vando for more defense. Anthony Davis, he's Anthony Davis. You have Cole Anthony scoring off the bench. Austin Reeves scoring off the bench. He's a pretty solid defender. Bones at the 3. A lot of scoring off the bench. Defensively, could be an issue as a 3. We'll see how that works long term. Kenny Martin Jr. Defensively is a 4. Same thing. And then Kevon Looney. Just defensively, we should definitely get Jalen Hood-Schifino in the lineup. His defense, I mean, just looking at that, is worth getting minutes. I'm going to take away a couple here from these guys. Give him some minutes, just because I think his defense will be pretty solid for us off the bench. Yeah, already an injury. Perfect. Austin Reeves is injured for 2 to 4 months. Nice. Wow. Okay. You can't even see it, but Austin Reeves is out for 1 to 2 weeks. Davion Mitchell's out 6 to 8 weeks, and Vando's still out 4 to 6 weeks. We are down bad. Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to get like legit minutes for us, and I'm honestly just going to keep it at 11 man. We'll shorten it to 10 while we're injured. I mean, we're playing good basketball, and we're just hammered by injuries right now. But you can see, for the most part, our defense has been solid. Actually, very curious where we rank in the NBA for points allowed. We're the best defense in the NBA with the best point differential. Yeah, I mean, when we've been healthy, even when we haven't been healthy, we've been pretty solid. Hopefully we can just get healthy and push through to the end of the year. Unless things go completely sideways, I don't plan on stopping. Yeah, I mean, if we stop at the trade deadline, it's because we're like the 6th seed. All right, interesting thing. LeBron will retire. He's not playing good basketball. I wasn't going to trade 4-year-old Bron. We are past the trade deadline now. Down to the 4 seed, we had a little streak where we just couldn't buy a win. Everybody got healthy though now. Again, we're at the point, and as I say that, Desmond Bane goes down for 1 to 2 weeks, which isn't like terrible, but like it's just annoying. We could be a sneaky 5 seed that can make some noise. But this is the last year of Bron. Honestly, might just cut it at 2 if we don't have Bron, because that's such a big loss just to lose Bron like that. I mean, that's your best player is just gone. Luka wins MVP, doesn't get a triple-double. It's close though. This number 1 pick, Baldwin, wins Rookie of the Year. James Harden on the Pistons wins 6th Man of the Year. That's a 64. He's got to be hurt, right? He's got to be. Okay, I was going to say, there's no way he dropped to his 64 and he's still putting up 20 game. Evan Mobley, DPOY. Paulo Most Improved on the Magic. Yeah, I would say so. JB Biggerstaff wins Coach of the Year. And Brandon Harrison wins Executive of the Year. Any Lakers? I would assume Bron on the 3rd team. Okay. Had the opportunity to trade for defensive 1st team Walker Kessler. LeBron makes all defensive 2nd team, and then we have no Lakers on the rookie team. Finished as the 3 seed, 49 and 33. We're in the running. We were 1 game back from the 1 seed. Played Dallas. We're gonna play Dallas in the 1st round here. But first, take a look at the stats. 19.5 for both AD and Bron. Bron in his last year, sub 20 points per game for quite literally the first time in his career. No wonder he's calling it quits. Yeah, I mean, if you're used to putting up 22 a game as like a, or not even 22. If you're used to putting up like 27 a game and all of a sudden you're getting down to 20, like, I don't know. But on the same hand, he's 40, putting up 20 points a game. Anyways, Cole Anthony's numbers are down a little bit. He had to start a little bit more. Bones at small forward held his own. Numbers were very, very good. Max Christie's numbers were pretty solid. And then Jalen Hood-Schifino was very underwhelming. Shot the ball really well. Just didn't get opportunities to shoot the ball. But we're going to run it back against Luka, who's probably still 99. Down to a 97. Kyrie's down to an 89. And they got a auto-generated guy guarding Bron. So we'll see how that works long term for them. As it is 2-1, 3-1, and 3-2, 4-2. Perfect. We're going to play the 7 seed Nuggets, who still have Jokic, still have Jamal Murray. They traded for Bradley Beal. This team is scary. That team is so scary. Not sure how that's a 7 seed, and not sure how we go up 3-1 against them and win in 5. We're playing the 8 seed Suns. They still have KD, still have D-Book. They traded for Michael Porter Jr. DeAndre Ayton is gone. Does that mean that DeAndre Ayton was on this team? DeAndre Ayton is not on that team. So DeAndre Ayton is nowhere to be found. But we take game 1 and game 2. They take game 3. They take game 4. We take game 5. And Anthony Davis wins Western Conference Finals MVP, putting up 21 and 10 a game. Playing a 6 seed Hornets. This is such a cupcake route to a finals. Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, Melo. I'm just stunned. I mean, we're down 2-1, 2-2. Didn't mean to jump into Simcast, but I'm not going to back out once I'm in here. We're going to get smacked at crypto. We're making it a game. Going to overtime. Actually a very close game. By the way, this is to go up 3-2. We were able to go up 3-2. And we win. So we're back to 7-7. Back to 500. Bron goes vintage to win. That would be championship 7, 6. I should know this. Oh wait, that's 5. No way, that's 5. Only got 4 rings. That doesn't sound right. So that's ring number 5 for Bron. That, for whatever reason, doesn't sound right. But he retires a champion. We played the 6 seed, 7 seed, 8 seed, and a 6 seed. That is such a cupcake route. That's what 2K handed me. And then Bron, he didn't even end up retiring. He just flat lied. Okay. Just lied about retiring. There was no reason to do that, Bron. I'm gonna assume Bron retired. Back to 7-7. Yeah, this team, Desmond Bane, sneaky pickup that I honestly kind of forgot about. Numbers were so down, but I mean, he's always just a solid guy to pick up. Couldn't even tell you what I gave up for him. That was such a, like, I don't know, locked in. I completely forgot I did that. This team just surrounded Bron with defense. This is such a defensive team. But yeah, back to 7-7. The halfway mark now. With this next one, the Orlando Magic. Ooh, we had Cole Anthony on this team. So that's a really young team. They got Paulo, they got Cole Anthony, they got Jalen Suggs, they got Wendell Carter Jr., they got Jonathan Isaac, they got, I know I'm gonna forget somebody. Really young team. That should be a fun one. And yeah, back to 7-7. Got Bron in his 5th ring, which for whatever reason sounds weird in my head. I could have swore he had 5 right now. But yeah, other than that, I'm out. Peace.